the neighbours just mowing the lawn. They're getting boners now. So they're mowing the lawn. And welcome to our channel.
I'm Prams, and I'm here to tell you crazy stories from around the world.
And I'm Dan, and I take those stories to probably places they shouldn't go.
Well, I do have a crazy one for you today. And we will take them a lot of places that no one wants to go.
Okay.
Shut up, Dan, I'm trying. And it's about manhood.
I want to get off this train already. Okay, I'm done with this. Turn it off.
Before influencer doctors and personality politics, there was an American physician who understood one thing. If you find a man's biggest insecurity, even the smallest ones, you can make him believe almost anything and do almost everything.
I can't resonate.
In 1917, this doctor unveiled a medical breakthrough that was so bold and so scandalously unspeakable that it made him rich, famous, and almost a governor. But at what cost? Respectable men crossed state lines to lie on his operating table. Newspapers praised him, radios amplified him, and crowds defended him. All for a cure that was more madness than medicine. It drained savings, it cost dignity, it damaged health. In some cases, it took lives. And still, for more than a decade, almost no one stopped to ask themselves, how far will you go? And who will you trust if someone promises to amplify your manhood?
The audacity of some people. I best leave the details in the fridge so I know who to avoid.
It feels like something straight out of Frankenstein's lab. It was 1917. A man sits alone on a train headed towards Milford, Kansas. His hat rests on his knee. He keeps glancing at the window, watching flat farmland blur past, telling himself this is the only practical solution. Modern medical intervention. When the train begins to slow, his jaw tightens. And at the edge of town, almost aggressively modern, stands a bright hospital with wide windows and clean white walls. He steps off the train. He isn't the only one. Men arrive from neighboring states in travel-worn suits. Business owners, farmers, clerks, respectable men with short conversations and guarded expressions. No one wants attention drawn to why they've come. This heavy silence follows them through the hospital doors. Inside the waiting room, almost unsettling in its normalcy. No bandages, no visible injuries. Just defeated-looking men sitting too straight in their chairs. Eyes fixed ahead, as if acknowledging each other might expose something embarrassingly private. When a nurse called a name, a man would stand up, smoothen his jacket, and disappear down the hallway. Behind that closed door stood Dr. John R. Brinkley. Behind him, his medical degree hung in a polished frame. Technically legitimate, academically questionable, but displayed with the kind of confidence that meant no one would ever question it. Men crossed state lines to meet this man. Most did not discuss it in detail when they returned home.
So wait, you're saying they cross state lines?
Yeah.
I feel like you're only crossing state lines if you're escaping for something.
At least in America.
Yeah. And the fact that you mentioned that he had a certificate on the wall, which was kind of questionable. Mm-hmm. So like, what was it like? It just said like janitor of science or something like that.
He just wrote doctor on a piece of paper.
Yeah, I am doctor, and that was good enough for the time. There was actually a piece of paper with ink on, and it said, I am the doctor.
I am doctor, I promise. Yeah, well, apparently back in the day, he went to a university in Chicago that was like called a diploma mill. So they just like churn and burn out graduates, but like their tactics and their training are questionable. So that's why it's a bit like,
So they're doing. So they're putting these diploma mills together for people to operate on other people. Is that what we're saying?
Like
he's a doctor.
Technically a doctor. Like he is qualified, but at a questionable institution.
Yeah, so he would like lie you down on a table and he's like picking up like a pizza cutter or something like that, you know, a pizza cutter and a drill. And he'd be like, right, okay.
Which one?
Yeah, and he's like trying to just look at instructions from his diploma. It's like, where are the pictures? Oh, this diploma's useless. Wow, this guy already is. And people travel far and wide for this guy as well. Yeah. Doesn't sound like they were telling their wives where they were going either.
I don't think so.
That's okay. Interesting. So far, I am hooked on not knowing anything about this doctor other than his shady certificate.
Well, maybe in 1917, you didn't need much credentials to do this kind of work. You just needed a miracle.
What did they have wrong with them? Are they all dying? You said no one was coughing. Are they just dying in silence? I mean, what kind of miracle do we need here, you know?
You tell me.
Where someone who barely knows how to spell his own name probably is the people, that's the person that everybody's talking, turning to.
Well, you see, in 1920s America, the slowing down of manhood wasn't just inconvenient, it was humiliating. At the time, the country was obsessed with vitality. With factories expanding and rail lines stretching, the nation was moving forward, and their men were expected to keep up. Vitality was proof that you belonged in the modern world. But modern medical science was struggling to address this fixation on manhood. The details were murky, but the promise was enormous. Most doctors approached these ideas cautiously, but Dr. Brinkley saw this as an opportunity.
Dick don't work? I've got something for you. It's leeches that does the that's an opposite effect actually. Don't take the blood, give the blood away. Pump it back in.
Oh my god, reverse leeching.
Were they doing leeches then? I'm not too sure.
At least they give a good suck.
I feel like this guy doesn't really know. You know, he has a clue.
Dr. Brinkley talked about vitality like it was a worn-out engine part. Something that he could swap, reinforce, and improve.
Okay, so this guy doesn't know what he's doing. It just sounds like, here's a new dick that I found. I'm just going to swap your dick. Here you go. Oh, this one's a bit floppy. Let's just prop it up. Next.
It's just to put some stilts on it.
Yeah. Originally, I thought it was dick pills originally. Yeah. Because back in the day, you couldn't go on a website without getting ads for dick pills. But now I'm like, he's just full on like, here's a new dick.
Yeah, I think he's doing some kind of surgery. What? I have not revealed yet.
Yeah, crazy. Right, yeah. I wonder what it is. You know, asking for a friend.
Is the friend me?
Asking for a friend. Asking for a friend who's really disappointed in a relationship right now. It's a serious question, yeah. What is he doing? I think we're all, not me, the audience is wondering on the edge of their seat what's going on. I think we'd like to know.
Well, Dr. Brinkley explained it to his patients quite simply. He said the glands tied to virility weaken with age, stamina drops, and confidence falls. His fix was simple. Reinforce them with fresh glandular tissue from somewhere else. Many returned weeks later, reporting renewed energy, improved performance, and a steadiness they hadn't felt in years. Friends whispered recommendations. Trains kept arriving. By the mid-1920s, his clinic had performed the operation thousands of times. Yet, no one stopped to ask the question, what was the source of this secret male virility?
Okay, where's it come from? Do we know?
Goat balls.
Right, okay. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here, I think.
Yeah, actual goat testicles. Not a metaphor, not a brand name, not some herbal supplement hiding in your closet. Sorry.
I'm ready to get off this train. I'm done. You know, there was a train going through the town. I want off.
The glands from a farm animal, a horny-ass goat, removed, prepared, and inserted into the male member as a treatment for impotence.
What Jesus. Oh, I knew it was too good to be true. So this doctor, he didn't really think outside the box per se, did he?
He thought inside the crate.
Outside the barn. It sounds like. Well, I guess this brings new meaning to farm to table.
Oh my god!
Farm to operation table. Is that where the saying came from? I feel like that's the origin. The origin is from this goddamn doctor. I also think, you know when they say men spend their money on stupid shit? I imagine like the guys are going back and it's like, I've invested in us, you know? And he reveals these two big dangly bastards, you know? Is that where he's a true goat came from, you know?
Oh yeah, the goat, greatest of all time. He's goat.
I think we're finding some origins of where things came from, you know?
It's like, honey, I brought home the kids.
The kids, wow. Yeah, it's like, but you said you were going to the doctors. I don't trust you. You know, but he's come back and he's drained the savings account as well. Wow, that's crazy. And then imagine being in the doctor's waiting room, you know, you're excited. He walks you through the corridor to his office. And this is how I think it went down. So I imagine they're in the office and they're having kind of small chit chat. And then there's Dr. Brinkley, you know, he stands him up in front of the mirror and he's like, what kind of man do you see? And then he just says a few things and he's like, you need to dress like the man that you want to be. He's like, I put on my new jacket, you know, that's my favorite jacket. And he's like, no. And he's like, I got it. And he disappears and then he comes back. And then he drapes these two big bastards over his shoulders. He's just got his testicles hanging off his shoulders now. You know, he's got it hanging from him like a goddamn silk scarf.
Like, I feel so revived.
Yeah, he's like, oh, that's the energy we need. You look great, girl. Is that how it went down? Because I feel like it did.
I mean, yeah, and I can't believe the men agreed to this stuff. Like, they signed forms. They rolled up their sleeves and they paid in cash. And they're like, let's go.
Is this pre or post dick pills? Try a pill first. It seems extreme.
I actually don't know if it's pre-pill. It better be to go to these lengths. I think it's pre-pill.
Just give the old man a rest. You know, as soon as it doesn't work, I'll be like, I'm going to take my measures into my own hands. Go across state lines. Get some testes attached to me. That'll put me right.
I mean, it was really popular. Like, Dr. Brinkley's waiting list stretched. Men arrived without appointments, asking to be squeezed in. Some stayed in town for days, just in case a cancellation opened up. Others quietly offered extra money to skip the queue. Inside the hospital, the pace shifted. Additional staff were brought in. Brinkley moved from one room to the next without pause.
He's just got the testes just over his shoulders, you know? Has he got like some sort of tool utility belt or something nearby? Well, he just pulls out some testes, tats. Right, high five. That will be all your savings, sir. Thank you very much.
You get a goat ball. You get a goat ball. Yeah. You get one.
Is he replacing testes or just adding to their testes?
He's taking some glands and adding it. He's not like giving them goat balls.
So he's just not attaching goat balls.
Yeah, he's not getting like replacing them with like hairy goat balls. No.
That's how I choose to think of it
I'm
now.
pretty sure.
For the rest of the story, it's goat balls being attached, you know. He's going to be blowing 2 loads when he gets home, you know.
Oh my gosh. Weirdly, his clinic single-handedly boosted Milford's economy. Like, the town of Milford started booming with business. Boarding houses filled, restaurants stayed open later, and drivers learned to wait along the curb at night to drop off fresh patients. And Brinkley was no longer just a physician. He was a destination.
Guess the results were unbelievable.
Oh my God.
There you go. You're welcome. Oh, he's really cashing in on this goat ball thing, wasn't he?
He was. Money flowed easily now. The hospital expanded. His name carried weight far beyond Milford. Some men went home and the incision didn't settle. It reddened, swelled, and split open. Yeah.
Money well spent.
And some were brought back to the hospital for adjustments, another procedure, another medical bill. And in certain cases, the recovery never came. Men died from infections and surgical complications that were related directly to the operation. In 1930, after formal hearings reviewing patient outcomes and his medical training, the Kansas State Board of Health revoked his medical license.
So that's the end of goat ball incisions then? Is that the end of it? Where do people go for this now?
Still asking for a friend?
Still asking for a friend, yeah. He wants to double up. Yeah.
Well, for most physicians, this would have ended things. For Brinkley, it became a campaign slogan.
Slogans. Coming to a town near you.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Coming to a town near you. Oh.
Yeah. Unleash the Billy within you.
Oh, wow.
Take life by the horns. Put a kick in your step.
Oh.
Apart from those other ones, because they were not kicking.
Oh, God.
They were kicking the bucket.
Oh. I mean, yeah, like, he used slogans to frame his downfall as, like, persecution by the medical elite.
I mean, do they know? I mean, so, it's barely tested science. Actually, I say that, but he did operate on thousands. And out of those thousands...
What was the percentage?
What were the percentage of men who got hard
Oh my God.
versus the ones that died?
This is true. It's a numbers game.
And if it's like 10% that died,
Wow.
30% that got the hard, is that a success? Is that a good sample
Oh
size?
dear. Well, he told his listeners that the profession was scared of him and his innovation. So they were just afraid of results.
Yeah, like put an extra dick in there while you're at it, man. Is that extra? Is that an upgrade? I don't want just the testes. Give me 2 dicks. Do 2 women at the same time, or men.
And then he made the boldest move of his career. He ran for governor of Kansas.
The goat for governor. No sheepish leadership.
Oh, that's it.
That's it. That's your slogan. Slogan. Schlongen.
Oh my God. When the ballots were counted, he hadn't won, but nearly the third of the state voted for him.
It's a shame he didn't win. He probably would have put it on Medicare or something. Bulk build, barnyard enhancements. This is what he would call it. Every doctor available be training this stuff out,
So that's the story. What do you think?
Can't believe it's real.
Yeah.
We didn't really delve into the side effects, though, of this, I don't think. Like, where the men getting home, have this overwhelming urge to grow a goatee. The neighbours just mowing the lawn. They're getting boners now. Seriously, mowing the lawn. Their missus is down the salon, he's like, oh, my husband, he's got some real energy in the bedroom. And they're like, ooh, tell me, girl. He's like, yeah, man, he butts me out of bed and stuff. Some real sexy shit. And I said this before, like, how is it working? Like, has he blown 2 loads now? Is it a 4?
It's just Glandan. Oh my god, you just love that word. Yes, you love that word. It's like your favorite word.
I feel like it's appropriate for this story.
Once again, I will clarify, it's just the gland, man. Not got any extra balls or an extra member.
Give me those extra balls and that extra dick. Buy one, get one free. I want it all.
Do you have a moral for this story? I don't even want to ask.
Get yourself comfortable. No, not a moral, but, again, when they say men spend their money on stupid shit, I feel like this falls in that category.